Hello there. So I've missed you guys. I was out for about a week here. We had an amazing time with our mastermind. If you haven't heard much about our group, is we have a couple of different levels of our organization, and a lot of the folks come in through what we call the PGA, the Probate Growth Accelerator, and it's a program where people really learn how to master the fundamentals of probate and how, as real estate professionals, people can really help a lot of the folks that are out there going through probate through the fundamentals and to the level that they can automate their business to have an incoming flow of repetitive business, right? To get to that level is very, very important. To get to level one as an entry level person, but then to be able to move up the ladder and really be able to have incoming business generated on a continued basis is important. And that's what we love to do here with the Probate Growth Accelerator. And so we had a get together with a couple of the folks who moved up to a different level we have as well. And in this group, I will say that we've got those who I would say have mastered this industry. But what is a master, right? And I think that if we take on this thought that we have mastered something completely, we sort of take that humility away from ourselves, and maybe that can be a bit dangerous, right? Because we always want to be eager to learn more and to go out there and continue to be humble, so that we stay in this place of not believing that we know just about everything, because we'll never know everything, and that's a fact. I mean, I still continue to learn a lot in this industry to this day, and what's so cool is I get to learn a lot from the folks that I get to teach. They themselves are out in the marketplace encountering different circumstances and scenarios, and may even be able to handle things differently, and that in turn teaches me a lot. So I absolutely believe in staying humble. But one of the things that I wanted to share with you is a common theme that we had with our group, and that was the fact that people are seeking better organization, more systems, to be able to stay in a place where work isn't necessarily becoming the priority above other aspects of their life, right? It's important to have work as a priority, but it's also important that you learn how to balance your life, because there are other things that are important, right? And especially one of the most important things is your health. Health is so important. And so I'll just say that for myself, having been in this real estate business for over 23 years, I've had some amazing runs at some incredible wins, but I've also had some falls, and I've learned a lot from them. The one thing that I can tell you, though, that I've really taken away from this industry is to not take it too serious, right? To be able to dust yourself off every time that you fall and to get back up, but to prioritize my life in ways that I don't make the generation of money my most important thing, right? Enough that I'm accumulating the money that I need in order to call this a successful business, right? In order to say, hey, I'm spending my time in the right place and it's generating money, but not to the point that I trade my health for it, right? And that's sadly something that I see way too often in this industry, where people spend, I would say, unreasonable amounts of time pursuing the acquisition of wealth. And so you have to remember why you're in this business, right? There are seasons in this business where it's a grind. I get it, right? There are some seasons where you're sort of setting up a foundation so that you can grow from that foundation, right? I get that. Yeah, there are those seasons, and everybody's at a different place. Sometimes, some people may have either they're very young and they don't necessarily have a lot of obligations or people to be responsible to. That may be an opportunity, a blessing to really come in and be able to spend your time here building something, right? Sometimes kids have grown up, and now you're sort of an empty nester, or maybe you're finding yourself with more time because the kids are more independent, and that in itself may be an opportunity to kind of take there and come in and work a little bit harder, a little bit longer, to be able to set something up, but being careful not to overdo it, right? To really be conscious of your health. Uh, One of the things that we were talking about in our group this past week was the book, The Atomic Habits. And I started to read that book as well as many of the people in the group, and it's amazing. We're having some really good reviews, so I definitely would love to, as I get further into it, I'd love to share more of that with you. But understanding that money is a tool, right? Money is important, but money is a tool that will do a lot of good things for you, but not do not let that money be your master. Um, so. Fantastic time with these folks. We went to the Magic Castle in Hollywood, California, and I'm not sure if you know where that is exactly, but it's a castle where some of the best magicians in the world come in and have different shows that they perform for folks there, and it is an exclusive place by invite only, but luckily we have that ability to get in there, and I can tell you that it was so much fun, right? The ability to just sit down and have a time of fellowship with other industry experts, other people who really take this business serious and have done some great things, and to be able to come together and celebrate, and that's what we did. And then we of course had our mastermind the day after, and um, all I can say is that people are doing really good things in spite of where the market is. I know that there's a lot of noise out there in the marketplace, and a lot of people are getting sort of shook up, concerned, and it's important to have your eye on the market and to know what is going on, but not so much so that you're paralyzed. And so, one of the guys in our groups is doing some amazing things. He's buying a lot of property that he's holding on to for his rental portfolio. And that's one of the beauties about this business and probate, is that it gives you so many different options, right? If you're in need of that fast cash, then obviously wholesaling a property or doing a flip is good. But the real wealth, I will say, is in being able to hold on to properties, because these properties will appreciate over time. They will pay you cash flow, right? Which is something that continues to flow into your life day in and day out, and that's important, right? One day we all get a little bit older, and we want to maybe have an opportunity to kind of take some steps back and relax, right? So I love to travel, and cash flow is important for that, because you set up certain systems in place to allow the business to continue to run without you. That's important, right? So important that that business continues to run. It's not solely dependent on your presence. And one of the things that helps that to happen even more so is cash flow, right? Having a cash flow reserves coming into your life month in, month out. And so my family and I, we were out in Europe for a little bit, and it was nice to be able to spend some time and share those moments, right? And so, another one of the students is actually getting ready to go on another trip, and he comes back and he says, you know what, it's that one thing that you told me 10 years ago, and I told him this 10 years ago, is make sure that you keep at the very least one of your properties as a rental property per year, and he has done that and much more, and what an amazing moment to be able to reach a place in your life where you have a good level of net worth, and that is exactly what he has done. And so, the thing that I really shared with the group, that to me I thought was the most important thing, is that you start thinking about tomorrow, and that you start to park some of those proceeds, because these guys and gals are doing some amazing things. They're generating a ton of money off of flips, but how about that long term? Planning for tomorrow. We're not gonna, necessarily be the same age for the rest of our life, right? And you know what? Life isn't about, kind of like waiting until you get to this one place to be able to enjoy life. Life is about enjoying it right now that you're alive and healthy and able, right? So the opportunity to enjoy life, I always tell people, is today as well, right? And that also goes into the journey of this business. It's not about just looking at it as a trade for money, but rather, really fully enjoy what you're doing, right? If you're in this business, I would suspect that you enjoy conversations with sellers, that you enjoy helping people, that you genuinely get that you derive a certain level of happiness, right? When you see a smile on your seller's face because of what you helped them, go through, right? A lot of these people that are in probate are experiencing some true hardships, and not just emotional, but everything that's going on with the house, and to carry like these huge burdens on their shoulders is a tough place to be. We bring and we alleviate a lot of these problems, so we bring a real sense of peace to people's lives, and that's fantastic. But what do you do with those profits, right? What do you do with those net profits is the question of the day. And I would say think about tomorrow, plant for those seeds, enjoy your life while you are living it in this moment as well. So yeah, those are just kind of some of the notes I'll share with you guys. This Atomic Habits book that we're reading through right now as a group. And um, other than that, as always, if you have any questions, go ahead and submit them, and let me know what you're experiencing. Sometimes people are sort of stuck in certain areas of their probate business or their inherited real estate business. And there is a difference, right? I've been having more and more conversations about what the difference is between a probate property and a pre-probate property. And if you don't know, a probate property is one where somebody has actually gone to the court and filed a petition for probate, and there's a live case. Essentially, it's a legal proceeding. Somebody has passed away, and as it pertains to you and I, there is real estate behind that has been left in this estate. Whereas a pre-probate, somebody has not gone through probate yet, and they may or may not go through probate. And there are different circumstances that those folks go through. So, but both are opportunities to be a servant and to be of support to people, and make some good money off of it as well. So, great talking to you guys today. You have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll be seeing you soon.